In today's video, we'll explore 9 ways to show your true worth to your loved one, drawing inspiration from Stoicism and Stoic philosophy. Understanding one's true worth in relationships is crucial for fostering deep connections and mutual respect. By embodying Stoic principles, we can cultivate a sense of self-worth that transcends external validation. So let's dive in and discover how we can nurture meaningful relationships based on genuine self-worth. Lesson 1. Be ready to walk away. Being ready to walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being is a powerful way to show your loved one your true worth. Stoicism teaches us the importance of understanding what we can change and what we cannot. And one of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or leave. This becomes particularly significant in relationships when we find ourselves in a situation where we know we deserve better, but choose to stay for various reasons. It's not about giving up at the first sign of difficulty, as relationships require effort and time, but it's about deeply understanding our self-worth and principles so that we are prepared to move on when something fundamentally contradicts them. It's about having faith that there are better things waiting for us and giving ourselves the opportunity to discover them. Being ready to move on is not about being aloof or uncaring. It's about valuing and caring for ourselves enough to say, "I deserve something better." It's about embodying Stoicism when challenges arise and understanding that our value isn't dependent on anyone or anything else. Lesson 2. Present yourself with dignity. In the context of relationships, presenting yourself with dignity means understanding that your self-respect is not contingent upon external factors like clothing style or the trendy places you frequent. It is about how you present yourself, the actions you take, and the decisions you make. Imagine attending a social gathering where you observe 2 individuals interacting with others. One person is constantly seeking attention, boasting about their accomplishments and trying to impress everyone with their material possessions. On the other hand, there is someone who exudes genuine confidence and self-assurance. They engage in meaningful conversations, listen attentively, and treat everyone with respect, regardless of status or appearance. Who do you think leaves a lasting impression? It is often the person who is authentic and comfortable in their own skin. Stoics, known for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, emphasize the importance of living honestly and respecting oneself. In the realm of dating or relationships, the principle remains straightforward. Be authentically yourself. Embrace your true passions and interests, recognize your inherent value, and treat yourself with respect. When you view yourself as worthy of respect, others will begin to see it too. By presenting yourself with dignity, you demonstrate your true worth to your loved one, fostering a deeper connection based on authenticity and mutual respect. Lesson 3. Understanding your true worth. Stoic philosophy imparts wisdom on how understanding your true worth can enhance your value. Stoics urge us to focus on what lies within our control, and the remarkable truth is that your self-value is entirely within your grasp. It is not contingent on how popular you are on social media or the attention of others. Rather, it's about how you perceive and appreciate yourself. Imagine yourself as a majestic oak tree in a vast forest. Not everyone may recognize the significance of a towering oak, but that does not diminish its value. It remains steadfast, resilient, and provides shelter and sustenance to the ecosystem around it. Similarly, your value doesn't diminish because someone fails to acknowledge it. We all face rejection and moments of self-doubt, especially in a world where comparisons abound. Yet from a Stoic perspective, your value is not dependent on external validation. It is rooted in how you conduct yourself, the principles you uphold, and the actions you take. Are you kind? Are you honest? Are you living in alignment with your values? That is where your genuine worth lies. In relationships, it is about finding strength in your own value and self-worth, irrespective of whether others recognize it. Lesson 4. The art of nonverbal communication. When it comes to relationships, Stoics suggest taking a step back and not giving everything away too easily. It's about setting boundaries gracefully and finding a balance between revealing yourself and maintaining a sense of mystery. Dressing stylishly yet modestly sends a message of self-respect and shows that there is more to you than what meets the eye. Managing your time and focus is crucial in a hyper-connected world. Being discerning about who receives your time communicates that your time is precious and you prioritize it thoughtfully. When you're with someone, be fully present and engaged, but it's also okay to be unavailable when you're not. Stoicism emphasizes emotional self-mastery, not by being cold or disconnected, but by maintaining a balanced perspective. By setting limits and demonstrating through actions that you value yourself and deserve respect, you establish a foundation of self-worth. By embracing a more selective and composed approach infused with Stoicism, you strike a balance between openness and discernment, ultimately influencing how others see and treat you. Lesson 5. Setting boundaries silently. It's easy to declare your boundaries and claim that you won't accept mistreatment, but the true test lies in how you respond when those boundaries are challenged. The wisdom of the Stoics reminds us that we have the power to choose our responses to situations. When someone oversteps a boundary, it is your response that establishes and enforces that boundary, not just your words. For example, if honesty is a core value for you and someone tells a lie, how you respond in that moment shows your commitment to your boundaries. Whether you choose to calmly address the issue or step back, your actions demonstrate your self-respect and alignment with your beliefs. By consistently responding in a way that upholds your boundaries, you show others that you have clear limits and are committed to enforcing them. When you embody this Stoic approach to expressing boundaries, people take notice and see you as someone who values themselves enough to uphold their boundaries. Lesson number 6. Actions speak louder than words. In our world, many individuals say all the right things but fail to follow through, especially in relationships. Stoics encourage us to see beyond the charm and focus on actions instead. It's easy for someone to say everything perfectly, make promises, and paint an ideal future, but the truth lies in whether their actions align with their words. Stoicism reminds us not to be swayed by words or overwhelmed by emotions, but to be logical and see reality clearly. When someone's actions don't align with their words, it's a warning sign that something isn't right. Instead of being swept away by sweet words and commitments, a Stoic mindset prompts us to notice the small details. How do they behave under pressure? Do they keep their promises? By focusing on what people do rather than what they say, we set a standard and communicate that we are watching their actions. This mindset makes a significant impact as others realize they can't merely talk their way into our lives. They must prove themselves genuine and deserving of our trust. Approaching love with a Stoic mindset means being logical, observant, and thoughtful, safeguarding our feelings without being negative or distrusting. Ultimately, actions carry more weight than words, and by prioritizing actions, we display our true worth and expect others to do the same. Lesson 7. Cultivating healthy skepticism. Often, when someone says all the right words, we are eager to believe them, even when there are warning signs that we choose to overlook. Healthy skepticism doesn't imply being pessimistic or distrustful. Rather, it's about staying realistic and not accepting everything blindly. It involves being observant, asking questions, and not rushing into things without careful consideration. Imagine meeting someone new who appears very nice and says all the right things, even mentioning a future together. Your skeptical Stoic mindset would advise you to take it easy, wait, and see if their actions align with their words. It's like a gentle reality check, urging you not to get swept away in romance and to stay grounded and mindful. This skepticism isn't about bombarding the other person with questions or doubting their every move. Instead, it's about being thoughtful. It means not only listening to what they say, but also observing their actions to truly understand them and determine if they are consistent and genuine. Stoics emphasized using logic and reason, not being carried away by emotions. This approach is crucial in relationships because when emotions dominate, we may overlook important details. By combining our feelings with a dose of skepticism and logical thinking, we enable ourselves to see things more clearly. Lesson number 8: saying no with confidence. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner proposes something that doesn't align with your values. Saying no in these situations is about valuing yourself, your beliefs, and your limits. It's not an easy task, especially when you care about the person. That little voice in your head keeps whispering, "What if saying no pushes them away?" But here's the thing: we must summon our courage. Stoicism isn't just about dealing with external challenges, it's also about confronting our inner struggles head-on. Saying no is all about self-respect. It's about demonstrating that you hold yourself in high regard and won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Granted, it comes with a risk. You might end up losing them. However, the important point is that if refusing something that contradicts your values pushes someone away, then perhaps they weren't the right match for you in the first place. Taking this approach can truly transform the dynamics of a relationship. When someone realizes that you are unafraid to say no and that you won't compromise your values just to please them, it changes how they see you. It demonstrates that you have self-respect and that you value yourself, and that is very appealing. Lesson 9: never chase. Pursuing someone who is moving away from us is not only futile, but also goes against valuing ourselves and knowing our own worth. Imagine being in a situation where you're dating someone, but then they start distancing themselves. Our natural instinct is to run after them. However, the Stoics would question why we are chasing something that is beyond our control. Chasing after someone who is pulling away is like trying to catch water in our hands. It's pointless and leaves us feeling empty. Instead, the Stoic approach encourages us to stand firm in our self-worth. If someone is moving away from us, we should let them go. It's not about being cold or unfeeling. It's about realizing that we cannot control how others feel or behave, but we have full control over how we choose to respond. Resisting the urge to chase someone takes considerable inner strength, but it's about having faith that if someone truly values us, they will show it. It's refusing to let someone else's behavior define our worth and affirming that we deserve respect. This mindset transforms everything and puts the power back in our hands. We are no longer subject to someone else's unpredictable actions. We are in charge of how we feel and what we do. It's empowering and freeing. Remember that your self-worth is the thread that binds everything together. You have the power to control your responses and honor your own value. Embrace your inner strength and let your actions reflect the amazing person you are. If you doubt yourself, remember the Stoic wisdom we've discussed. Life is an opportunity to evolve and grow stronger. Explore further with our playlist for more insights and tips. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more valuable content. We're on this journey together, one step at a time.